Can you show me? Hey Nathan, don't worry, nobody can hear us right now. We're both muted, but you and I can hear each other, okay? Oh, I love your little Hachimaki. Awesome, dude. Great, love it. There we go. Hi, sweetie. Oh no, I triggered Siri again. You know what's funny, Nathan? I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying, but we watched Thor: Love and Thunder, and during the movie, my wife's Siri got triggered by the movie. She had to turn off her volume really quickly. It was funny. All right, when we're at like a minute to go, I'm gonna bring you on. Let me just check if I can get you on here. Yeah, you're gonna become a little circle underneath me, and I'll move you around if that's okay. A minute in, is that okay? We're good? Awesome. Thanks, dude. Yeah, really looking forward to this. We got some people already asking about you. Someone said, oh, I can't believe you know Nathan. I'm like, wow, really? So I got some fans already here. Let's not tell him. That's Oh, can they hear me? Oh, you guys can hear me. Hey guys, what's up? Okay, I'm gonna mute it now. My bad. Thanks, Almanox. I'll bring the mic on. I'll turn it down if it's too loud for you. I'll turn the mic back on. I'm gonna come in at the last minute. Oh, you guys are down for the show. Come on. We got about a minute to go. Let's get it. Oh, you got a teaser. Here we go. NinjaMonkey. Might have been a bit too close there for you. Yo, what's up, people, as we fade into focus? How's it going, my people in the chat? What a great night it is to be with you. Thank you all for being here. Let me just say a huge welcome to everybody. We got Japan, Ichiban. Hello from, I'm not sure what NW means, but somewhere in the UK, NW? Trying to figure it out where that is. Let me know, because I'm a noob when it comes to the UK and such places. But welcome, Japan Ichiban. Let's see what else we got. We got my broski, just roaming around, JJ in the house. I lived and worked in Gibraltar for almost 3 years. We'll talk about that a little bit later. JJ is definitely living up to the name, just roaming around. We got Mambo Kresak in the house. Evening, a little bit of Japan and everyone. Evening, Mambo Kresak. Nice to see you here again. We got, who else we got here? Angel Forever 59. Nice to see you guys again. Thank you. Climare is in the house. Who else? We got Ravisha in the house. We got Chica Ring giving me a little bit of Horioi love from the sidelines. Thank you, Chica. Chica. Bringing it on. You guys saw a sneak preview of our guest tonight, guys. I have a feeling it's gonna be an amazing show because we have a really a welcome guest that people are already buzzing about in the chat. We got Johnny Kimchi earlier saying, "I can't believe you know NinjaMonkey." Yes, NinjaMonkey is gonna be the main guest tonight. So get excited there, Johnny Kimchi. And Japan Ichiban saying, "Team Coke Zero." Yes, we will confirm that in a sec. I did see the red Coke in his hand. He was like teasing the psh, 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 open up there. Philippe VH, hello from Brussels. Bienvenue. Thank you very much for coming all the way from Brussels. And first time here, you get the horns of welcome. Welcome. Awesome. Who else we got here? Almanox, first time horns of welcome. Yes, Almanox, Japan, Ichiban, fancy meeting you here. Thank you guys. If you guys are coming from the NinjaMonkey community, thank you and welcome for being here. You are most welcome. Yeah, Japan, this is some intro. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a long time. I experimented with 5-minute intros, 10-minute intros. Kind of made it musical, kind of made it visual. People seem to like it, so we'll just keep it going. And it allows people to come in, say hello, and get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? JG's like, I'm getting my jam on. Jam Herman's like, psst. Yeah, you guys heard me. Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was on, and I was kind of like talking to NinjaMonkey off. While he's in the green room, and you guys heard our private conversation. That's okay. It's all good. But thank you for letting me know. Such as things that happen when you go live. Yeah, guys. So I just want to kind of go over like the show, the kind of run of the show here, but Japan Ichiban saying, sorry, Northwest UK. Okay, just double checking. UK here. Manchester. Okay, I have a good friend who's a Manc. He was on my show a couple of weeks ago promoting some of the music we did for Matcha and Vanilla, short indie film. So yes, a good friend from Manchester. I get it now. Thank you so much. But yes, it's so great to see everybody here. I'm so excited to bring on my special guest today. It's going to be NinjaMonkey. And some of you are already from his community. Some of you know him and can't believe he's on here. I'm so honored and privileged to have him on. And we are going to be talking about the shocking, world-rocking recent news a little bit with what happened with Abe. And as you guys know, I live in Nara, and a lot of people were kind of messaging me. I was on a live stream with Dave in Osaka when we got the news. People were breaking it to us. But I just came back from Yamato Saijaiji, the place where it happened, with Chika. I have a little bit of footage from that I want to show you, but we're also going to be focusing on NinjaMonkey being the awesome guest. He's got a lot to talk about since he follows Japan. His whole channel, from what I can tell, is focused on the most current news, borders opening, a lot of focus on Japan. Even though he's not based in Japan, he's very much in tune with what's going on there. So it's my pleasure and an honor. And really looking forward to having NinjaMonkey on. Let's welcome NinjaMonkey to the house. Here we go. NinjaMonkey, a.k.a. Nathan, a.k.a. Team Coke Red.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're most welcome. How are you doing there, NinjaMonkey?
I have to say that your intro, I thought I was quite I was very, very happy with my intro until I saw your intro, and now I feel like I have to like level my intro up.
Oh man, oh that what a compliment though. Hey, if you need any help, you know I can help you out.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but I'm looking forward to seeing more of your live streams. I know we're in different time zones, so thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Nice. I'm glad you like the intro. And a lot of people, you know, like I said, they're really excited that you're here. We can see them in the chat already, kind of buzzing. So yeah,
Excellent. I can see some names that I recognize, and it's really good to be able to support other creators, especially you're based in Japan, and you're based in Nara, where the assassination actually happened. So
exactly.
I think it's a really good time for me to be on your channel. And I actually watch Lito's well, I drop in for my 10 or 15 minutes of his live streams because usually they're out of sync with my schedule as a result of the time difference. But definitely, if you have come from my channel, you need to check out some of his live streams. Pretty cool.
Thank you for your support there, NinjaMonkey. I noticed you dropped in last night. We were at like some Latin event as a birthday slash Latin party, and you're like, "Oh, yo habla español?" I'm like, "Nope," but we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm so glad that you're dropping in sometimes. Thank you. So, NinjaMonkey, let's let the people who don't know you know a little bit about you. All I really know is a little bit about your channel, a little bit about your from Gibraltar. How can you summarize what you do on YouTube and kind of where you're from, Gibraltar?
Okay, firstly, I'll explain where I'm from. Gibraltar. Gibraltar is an overseas British territory, which is actually on the very south tip of Spain, but doesn't belong to Spain. It belongs to Great Britain. And it's actually one of the pillars of Hercules in Greek mythology. So that's what Gibraltar is. You've probably heard of the Rock of Gibraltar or the Straits of Gibraltar. There are many songs about having a love as big as the Rock of Gibraltar or to be as strong as the Rock of Gibraltar, etc. And in terms of my content and what I do, um, I well, I'm covering Japan news related stories, focused mainly on Japan's closed borders, how to enter Japan, when Japan might reopen, all that kind of thing. Uh, Traditionally, I actually used to make Japan vlogs, travel tips. When I travel to Japan 2 or 3 times a year, and I would basically make some little mini vlogs about things to do in Japan, especially in the Japanese Inaka, the Japanese countryside, which I absolutely love and adore. And I've traveled through so much of Japan right now that I've lost count, and I want to explore more of it. And hopefully, I can get back to Japan soon so I can continue making Japan vlogs. But in the meantime, I'm here to give you all the news, all the story, and just helping viewers make informed decisions because at the end of the day, they have to make decisions when they have to when they're purchasing flights or hotels or whatever, and hopefully putting all the information into a really accessible, really to easier to understand video will help making decisions easier. So that's what I'm hoping to do. And I think I'm doing an okay job.
I think you're doing a great job. Thank you so much for that concise summary of your country as well as what you do on YouTube. I think that's amazing. So first of all, Gibraltar, I get it. I have a quick question. I tried, looking up on Wikipedia. I got a similar vibe. I didn't know about the Pillar of Hercules thing. That's amazing. What is the official languages in Gibraltar?
Actually, the official language is English.
Ooh,
It's a completely British. So the education system is British. We follow the national curriculum of the United Kingdom, do our GCSEs and A levels, and so officially it's English. However, a large majority of us also speak Spanish fluently, probably at native level, I would say. So we are bilingual. We are brought up in education in English, in business in English, but socially we speak a lot of Spanish.
interesting. So I had a good friend. He was my former bassist for one of the bands I was in, and he is from Spain, originally from Andalusia. Andalusia.
That's actually the area where I'm from. I'm not from Andalusia because I'm not from Spain, but it's actually the area that's directly next to Gibraltar.
Okay, excellent. The reason I ask this is because when he talked to me, and I hear him in Spanish, obviously has a very Spanish accent when he speaks English even. But he told me, well, first of all, music is super important in the Andalusia area, but also there's a certain different accent, maybe a dialect, I'm not sure, of Spanish that's there. So I'm wondering if that is closer to the Spanish that you speak.
Yeah, definitely. When I speak Spanish, people say, "Oh, you've got a really Andalus accent, like from the south of Spain, like a thick southern Spanish accent." So when I speak Spanish, it's a probably quite an Andalus accent of Spanish, not like the refined like Madrid accent.
Interesting, interesting. I'm used to that accent because I've been speaking with him for many, many years. And he told me actually, one of the Toy Story movies, I think it's Toy Story 3, when Buzz Lightyear gets reprogrammed and he's in Spanish mode, he's speaking Andalus. He's actually speaking that
Oh,
accent.
really?
Yeah,
Oh.
so that's kind of interesting. And he told me that because obviously he's from there. So anyway, just a little bit of a side note. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to diving a little deeper into all of the topics we have and to kind of lean on your expertise about things because even though I live in Japan, I don't really follow politics that much. I'm not much of a... I do see the news when it's big news or it's relevant to me. And the fact that the assassination did happen in my neck of the woods, right? It's like kind of like 30 minutes, 35 minutes away from me by walking and train. We were just there, so I'll show some of the video a bit later, but I would love you to give your insight and give your opinion on that as we go through that. So let me just get to the chat a little bit before we dive a little bit deeper. I have to address Almanox's a comment here. I love this person's humor. So, dear host, on behalf of the entire team Ninja Saru, we humbly apologize for the poor state of Nathan's shave. Is that a thing? Is this like not your regular stubble
Yeah,
beard?
I think Alminox has made it a thing, and now it's a thing.
Really?
Yeah, they have sometimes they have bets before I go on stream whether or not I've shaved or not.
That's right. Get your bets in. Final bets. Okay, who's got stubble? Who's got clean? Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, this is the problem. I have good Mediterranean ancestry, and as a result, my stubble is this is I shaved last night like before going out like at 9 p.m. This is half a day's growth.
Yeah. I think I'm on the same stubble time clock as you. I think I shaved earlier
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I might have. I don't know. Recently, I just wake up in the morning and just do my thing. But so we have a few people asking. So Clymer, is he English? So I don't think you're English though, right? What's the word you use?
I am British.
British. Okay. So it's a state
Yeah,
of
like for
Gibraltar.
example, a Welsh person is British, an English person is British, a Scottish person is British, and I am a Gibraltarian, but my nationality is British.
Gibraltarian.
The same as an
Nice.
English Gibraltarian, yeah.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Nice answer there. Japan Ichiban has a question. Do you have other Japanese channels on your YouTube, NinjaMonkey? LOL. So maybe this
Do
is
I
an
have
inside joke.
other Japanese channels on my NinjaMonkey? No.
Okay, there you go. Okay, and Me Double's chiming in. He also likes the countryside more than the cities in Japan.
Oh, I love it. Flipping it. I like.
Let's take a moment
I can't get enough.
You can't get enough. Let's take a moment to address that because I'm starting to get on the same wave. I think coronavirus has forced me living in Japan to kind of explore more places that I wasn't really interested in before. I'm going to Shiga a lot more. I'm going to the back hills of Arashiyama. I love traveling to really remote places. Tell me what places you're in love with there, Nathan.
Oof, it's difficult for me to. I've been to so many places in Japan now that it's really hard for me to even recall. I have to go through my photo album, like to remember.
Wow.
But to be honest, I've been to Yakushima. I don't know if you've been to Yakushima.
I haven't been. I need to go. That's where like the Princess Mononoke was kind of based off of, right? It's the big
I mean, I
ancient
didn't
trees.
go for that reason. I didn't find out until I was actually there that
Okay.
that was the thing. But I think I've sort of decided that I love, and whenever anybody asks me this, I've decided that I love the extreme north and the extreme south of Japan, basically. So I love Hokkaido, that area, and I love the very south of Japan, Kyushu and Yakushima, etc. Love. But apart from that, there's loads of little towns and villages and places that are definitely worth maybe not staying the night, but definitely going for a day and just spending the day away from the city. Although I totally recommend if you're a tourist, stay in a rural place for 1 or 2 nights and unwind and get that experience, that local sort of like onsen, especially if it's an onsen town. Have a little bit of onsen and experience the inaka sort of like hospitality. Definitely, you won't regret it.
Nice one, nice one. So, I hear you, and I think a lot of people should take that advice. I mean, I think about the future of travel as maybe people exploring more of off the beaten path places, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. I mean, I'm starting with local businesses now, but I have a few connections with Shiga, and some of these off the beaten path are not that far from the big
No,
places.
exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the transportation system of Japan. I mean, really, that's what my channel was all about, like discovering off the beaten path Japan. Really, but from a tourist point of view, because I find that there's a lot of content creators in Japan, but they create some awesome content, but usually the content isn't accessible to the common normal tourist. Um, so I try to make content that with a tourist in mind, thinking, would a tourist be able to do what I'm about to do, or would a tourist be able to do what I'm doing? Because if you live in Japan, you're gonna approach traveling and doing things in Japan very differently than if you're a tourist. Especially if you're relying only on public transportation like buses and trains, then you have to plan very, very differently. And that's what I am aiming to do with my channel, is basically show the like Inaka, the countryside, the off the beaten path sort of part of Japan, but show it from how you can access it as a tourist and not necessarily have to hire a car, because a lot of people don't want to hire cars.
You make really good points, and that's actually some of the same questions I had when I wanted to cover, say, for example, going to this really cool place in Shiga, right? Like, how accessible is it? Yeah, you could take a train, but even getting like from the station to the place, you might have to like have some sort of transportation. So how do you make it accessible for the person who doesn't want to rent the car? That's a really great great thing to think of.
And yeah, definitely, like there's nowhere inaccessible in Japan, I found.
Nice.
Really, it's just how much you're willing to sacrifice in time to get there, basically.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I think I have to pick your brain, even though I live in Japan, okay, and about some of these places like Yakushima. That's one place I definitely want to go. I even checked out Airbnbs. There's like one Airbnb on that island, I think. It's interesting. So Clymaire had a comment. It's back up in the comment, but this is Clymaire here, and she said Yakushima, nice. She asked, how long have you lived in Japan? So I want you to answer that, and that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Have you ever lived in Japan?
I haven't lived in Japan, but maybe I need to give it a little bit more background information about myself. I'm a teacher, so I'm actually on a educational calendar, which means that I cannot take time off whenever I want, but I do get a lot of time off work. So, for example, I am now off work until September. So that's a good 2 months where I can literally travel and go wherever I wanted to. Unfortunately, obviously, as we all know, Japan remains closed, and it's very difficult to travel to Japan at the moment. But apart from that, I also have Easter, midterm, winter, New Year's, etc. All of those times are times that I can travel to Japan, and usually I travel 2 or 3 times a year to Japan. So I've never lived in Japan. And actually, I don't think I'd want to live in Japan, to be honest, because I just like being in Japan as a visitor anyway. So
Great answer, great answer. So that makes sense. So you do visit Japan, but you don't want to live here. All right. Oh, he's broken open the Coca-Cola. Okay. Oh, you should have timed it with me. We could have.
Oh.
So Chika just found this at the local, actually conveni, but we bought it at the supermarket. So this is Horoyoi Shiroi Sawa Santori. It's kind of like I guess it's like a white what do you call it? White water drink. I don't know what they're called. Almost like a Calpis maybe. So let me crack that
Yeah,
open.
it looks like that. Yeah.
Let's do a little bit of ASMR. Can we do a Oh, hello. Oh,
Sounded good.
that
Sounded very good.
good. NinjaMonkey, let's do a virtual kampai to me and you and everyone in the
Bye
chat
to
here.
you.
Kampai, kampi. Cheers, guys. How do you say cheers in Spanish, by the way? Is it sante? Can't remember.
No, you'd say like salud
Salud. That's
or
it.
chin chin. Chin chin, maybe also chin chin.
Chin chin. Yeah. We say chin chin
Yeah.
in Japan as a joke because it means something totally different here.
Yeah, I know, I know.
All right, guys. Well, chin chin, kampai, salud, and have a good one. And
Cheers,
Ravish,
yeah.
yeah, Ravish is asking, what does your forehead, your headband say?
Oh, it's very easy. It just says Nihon. Basically, it just says Japan. It's very
Japan.
boring. Or it would. I'm not very good at Japanese, but I think one of them is book on its own.
Yep, hon.
Is that right?
Yep,
And the other
hon
one
on
is
the right.
sun.
The other one is sun or day. It could mean day as well.
Yeah, sun or day, and the other one is book or. Let's not go into kanji.
Yeah,
on
not
this
not a
live
deep
stream.
kanji lesson. We'll save that for another stream maybe. But there you go. But yes, okay. So we've talked a bit about your background. I think one of the topics we do want to talk about is obviously the main one, the whole thing that's been in the news recently. So guys, we're going to move on to that. We'll get back to the chat in between our little discussion. So don't worry, we're not ignoring you. We will come back to you in a bit. So what were you doing when you heard the news and how did you feel about it?
Firstly, I want to say that in the same way as you, I'm not really into politics at
Okay.
all. So a lot of this conversation that we're going to have is actually a lot of it is going to be on a lot of research that I ended up doing most of yesterday as a result of the update that I put out yesterday on my channel. And as for what I was doing, I was actually, well, first of all, a lot of people from my community started sending me messages. So that's how I found out. I actually found out through the community, through messages. I have a Patreon, and if you're on my top tier of Patreon, then you have access to my line contact, so you can send me a message directly. So a few people were sending me messages online that way.
Yeah.
And then obviously I initially it was just a shot, and we didn't know that it was a pretty much a fatal shot. Unfortunately, it's very, very sad. And it was a very sad day in that Abe was a character that has really done a lot for foreigners and a lot for tourism actually in Japan. And for a lot of the beginning of my channel, when I started the updates, Abe was one of the main, protagonists in the news for all sorts of reasons.
Oh, interesting.
So very, very sad. And to be honest, to begin with, I didn't believe it. Even though I believed it, I didn't believe it because I just thought, this is Japan. Like, what? I don't know. It was just really difficult to put into words how I felt. It's strange because I have this connection with Japan, and therefore, even though he wasn't the prime minister, I think in many ways he's in a way known better than Kishida.
I know what you're saying.
I don't know how to explain it.
I think
He was in power for so much longer, so
I was just talking about this on the train ride to Yamato Saidaiji with my wife while we were there, and we were, I did ask her opinion about Abe, and I think he was popular with a lot of people, to be honest. Like, he was one of the more popular ones. I'm sure that every prime minister of every country has people on both sides that like and don't like them, but he got a lot of people in his favor. But more than that, I think you're right. Like, he was in power for a long time. People saw that he was kind of an active communicator. He had really good ties with America, it seems. And it wasn't that long ago that I saw him at the stage on Brazil when it was the Olympics. But this is during the coronavirus? Was it? It's all kind of...
it was before the COVID. It was when the hand it was when they did the handover of the Olympics after the
That's
London
it.
Olympics. He appeared with a Mario
Like,
Mario outfit
that's right,
from
a
a
Mario
walk pipe.
cosplay. Right, right.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was like one of my last memories of him. And then we got into the whole coronavirus thing that we're in now,
Yeah.
and he did fade out like halfway through. We also maybe can talk about that a little bit later. But the guy who replaced him, Suga, was kind of just like a placeholder until Kishida came in, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Suga was totally a placeholder, absolutely.
yeah, and
Um,
Kishida doesn't have as much uh, worldly presence yet, I think, as Abe did. So I think maybe that's what you're referring to. I'm not sure. That's
yeah, I think it's one of
yeah.
these things. I mean, I don't want to compare him to Queen Elizabeth or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
like when Queen Elizabeth dies eventually, it's going, it's one of these things where you think, oh my God, somebody who has been a big part of your life, who's been like this constant figure that's always been in the news and always been there, has disappeared. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that Abe, in many ways, has the same, have a similar feeling in the sense that throughout my whole interest of Japan, and every single time I've traveled in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
Abe was the prime minister. And he was always in the headlines. And so through a large chunk of my interest in Japan, Abe has been this figure that has always been involved in Japan for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so him not being there anymore sort of makes leaves a little bit of a void, to be honest, right now.
Mm. Okay.
That's I don't know if that makes any sense what I'm saying.
I think it does. And I'm trying to like what was going through my mind. I hear what you're saying. What was going through my mind, and the person I was with, I was live streaming with another YouTuber, Dave in Osaka, and he's totally
Mhm.
on the news. He actually was like so engulfed in it. We were having lunch together, and I was like, okay, you do your thing. I'll take photos of the food, and he was just so enthralled in it. But I was trying to think like, okay, well, he's the former prime minister. Yes,
Mm.
he's still a big figurehead, but he's not in power. But how does this play into everyone's kind of
Mm.
reaction to it, right? And I think for me, I like I said, I'm not into politics, but it's hitting me more now, being it a couple days later. At the time, it didn't have that. Oh my God,
Mm.
it's Abe, but it's like wow, it's Abe, but it's also just shocking that that happened in Japan. I think that overwhelmed my thinking of whether it was Abe or not, just because he's not a current prime minister. So that's what I was thinking. But I think now we're thinking of the repercussions of not having
Yeah.
him here. Yeah.
I think as a character, he definitely was a big pressure, a person that put a lot of pressure on the government. And I think his opinions were listened to, maybe not acted on, but definitely, he was one of the front runners for putting a lot of pressure in all sorts of things. For Kishida's party, especially through the pandemic, with some of the decisions that have been made by Kishida. I think Abe was very pro like relaxing and relaxation of restrictions and opening the economy. And he was one of the people that actually more recently was actually trying to put pressure to make COVID in line with the common flu, with the seasonal flu, like change a change in the law. He was calling for a change in the law to make COVID the same as the flu,
Mm-hmm.
so that it would be treated differently. Because obviously, in Japan, and that there's a lot of red tape that
Yes.
comes with
Yes.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, the way that COVID is seen and as a level, whatever level it's seen as in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
it means that there is lots of things that have to happen as a result. People have to go to hospital if they have COVID. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's been relaxed a little bit, but having COVID as similar to the flu, I don't know if that's the right call or the wrong call. I'm just saying that
Mm-hmm.
Abe was somebody who was saying that that should happen, and he was putting pressure on the government in that respect.
Okay.
So very powerful figure, even behind the scenes. He was always like tinkering and saying random things to put a little bit of pressure. Pressure is so important in politics.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. You make some good points about the perceived. I can maybe what do you call it? Dive a little bit deeper on the perceived threat of COVID currently in Japan, because we're living here, we're out and about.
I mean,
but yeah,
yeah.
we'll get to that a bit later when you talk about the borders
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I just want to say, remind me of how that is
Yeah.
later. I just want to get to the chat a little bit, and how about we look at some of the footage I had on the ground just a few hours ago at Yamato Saidaiji of the memorial that they've set up for him as a segue into kind of completing this chat, or maybe just capping it off a bit and moving on to some other topics. Is that okay? So yes, chiming in here, JJ saying it was surreal to have someone of such importance being assassinated in such a manner. Yeah, especially in a country that is virtually
True.
no gun crime. It is true. I thought this is wasn't you on your video saying in Japan the last year or so is 10 acts of gun violence?
Nine compared to nearly 40,000 in the USA. Deaths. That is.
That is
and then like
staggering.
I mean, I've learned so much, because I learned that to actually get a firearm in Japan, you need to do a full day course. You need to pass a shooting test and get over 95% accuracy. You need to pass a psychological test where they will check your background. If you are in debt, you can't get a gun.
Right.
They check if there's been any family feuds, employment history. I mean, it's difficult to get a gun.
Yeah, you have to go through so many hoops. Yeah, and like that's one reason I think why there's so little gun violence here. Another thing is, I've been to LA. I'm from Canada. I've been to LA, and I thought I heard a gunshot while I was there for like 3 days. Right, my almost 20 years in Japan, I've never heard a gunshot. I've never seen a police bring out their weapon or unholster it. I kind of joke and I say I don't know if the police know how to use their guns, but that's a good thing in a way, in my eyes. However, maybe we can talk about how this might be changing in the future when it comes to certain things. But thank you for those things, those numbers. Almanac says Abedono was a primary driving force behind the expansion of tourism in Japan before the pandemic. Yes, similarly, he was also spearheading the relaxation of restrictions now.
Yeah, exactly. Which brings it brings into question what's next for Japan.
Okay, maybe we can. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that in the next segment. How about that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was echoed there, Almanacs, with one of the store owners that I recently are doing collabs with in Kyoto, in Gion, Hanami Koji. So there's a store owner of a souvenir shop there called Furoang, and she was saying, yeah, Abenomics, kind of de-restricted, opened up some tourists to get things, especially people in China were able to come over without a certain visa, and then places like Kyoto got flooded with a whole bunch of tourists. But that's another thing right now with like the pandemic and no tourists being able to come in, virtually no tourists being able to come in at this point. So that has its kind of play for the current situation as well. All right, so let's go to this movie bit. It's just maybe 3 minutes or so. It's gonna show you kind of what it looks like on the ground. We got there just after sunset. Guys, go check this out. This is the actual site where it happened there in Yamato Saidaiji in Nara. Sorry guys, apologize. Didn't realize that the mics were not on. So we're just gonna go through, take a few photos, and then head out. But I wanted to give you guys an idea. Chika, saki itoire. Go first. All right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. もう大丈夫。いや、大丈夫。行こう。あ、どうぞ。すいません。All right. Okay, and this is the actual site where he got shot. As you can see, yeah, a lot of people are praying. Hi. こっちでやったら違うこっちでやったら All right, so that's where it happened. Okay, Chico, we have to go. Follow me. Follow me. Actually, let's go this way and then around. You guys can kind of get a look. It happened right here, basically. Wow. Okay. Okay, let's go. I know you feel emotional now. So you said your family supported him?
It's normal, my family.
For your family. Right, right. Wow, tons of TV crews and stuff out just filming. I don't know if they're taking interviews and whatnot. Can I ask your opinion? What's your opinion of Abe? Was he a good leader? Okay, and then the rest of us, it was just walking back to the station and getting some yakiniku for dinner at the station. But yeah.
It's,
And
yeah,
please,
it was
let me-
something. I mean, the atmosphere. What was the atmosphere like? Because I feel like I felt it through the camera.
So, just to give you a bit of an explanation, that was our second pass going through. The first pass, I didn't realize until later that I didn't have the sound recording. So I had our wireless mics and it didn't pick it up. So I do have other footage, but the atmosphere was very solemn. It was also very, well, a lot of people were going through there. So supposedly on the news, they had people throwing flowers right onto the street area there where it happened. You saw those like white barriers and traffic going through. But I guess they changed that more into like a tented area off the road because I probably just got too much foot traffic around there. So it was very efficient. They had camera crews on one side of the sidewalk with their big rigs and lighting. And I think they were just getting ambient video. But people could freely go in. They said you don't even need anything to donate, like or to give flowers. Me and my wife, actually, we didn't have a lot of time, so we actually got some drinks. We went to the local supermarket there, or Matsumoto Kiyoshi. It's kind of like a drugstore that has drinks and everything, basically. We got some drinks, and this is a weird thing. I know you're asking me in the chat there, Nathan, like drinks? Like, where do you get them drinks, everything, giving flowers? So in a traditional, I guess, Buddhist, maybe Shinto funeral even, I've seen them give little offerings, whether they're like oranges or food or drinks that the deceased person might have liked while they were living. It's almost, I feel like it's almost as like you're giving it to them to help them pass through to the other side, so they have these other belongings and other memories with them. So we just got him from some drinks, like I got him green tea and Chica gave him like some vitamin C drink or something, and that was totally fine to put it there. It was our gesture of showing respect, and we bowed and prayed, and as you saw, a lot of people were, having hands clasped and bowing. The atmosphere was very solemn. Nobody was really talking. It was just the staff kind of ushering people through. Some people were taking photos. A lot of people were taking video. But it was a very silent, solemn type of atmosphere on the ground there. Yeah.
Wow.
Does it give you a different perspective? I know some people are saying a few things in the chat we'll get to, but does it give you a different perspective to see it like from ground level, as opposed to some of the stuff you see on Twitter and on the news?
Yeah, I guess the thing is with social media, you got to be so careful because it's things sometimes end up being a little bit like, was it newsatainment? Like,
Ah,
I don't know how to explain it, but they try to, you got to be careful with the news, and you got to be careful with social media because a news story becomes, they try to sell it as a piece of entertainment, and
true.
it was good to just have a few minutes of getting a sense of the atmosphere, and you can just judge on seeing that without any real commentary.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate that, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you for those comments. That's true, right? I'm not trying to spin anything on it. I didn't
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
add anything to it. I did ask Chica in the end, like, what was her take on Abe, but I cut that out. But actually, her mic didn't go through either, so maybe that's a good thing. But like I said earlier, her family kind of supported him, and they had strong connection to him. So, yeah, that was it basically. Like, can I go to the chat and just respond to that? Let's both respond
Yeah,
to them
go
a
for
little
it.
bit there. So Ken Davis, nice to see you. He's saying so sad. Yeah, this is so sad and shocking news. Is this the same day? No, this is Sunday here. It happened, I think, 2 days ago on
Friday, no?
Friday. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember it was the like 11:30 ish in the morning or something. And so this is 2 days after Ravisha. But as you can see, people are still pouring in to show their respects. Um, have a good night, George. And let's see else. Oh, Japan, Ichiban is saying, lovely footage, Lito. It brings into perspective when you see the site from your view. Yeah, I was contemplating whether or not I should even cover this. I know. I have to say a big shout out to Totally Drew for kind of introducing me to you. I knew him through you and saw you on his
Yeah.
live stream, and I think he's rocking the stubble beard recently, as you too, as we might all are. So Totally Drew, I know he's not really interested in covering this, but you and I are, and that's fine. Everybody has their own way of wanting to cover or
Yeah,
not.
I wasn't gonna cover it. I wouldn't have covered it under normal circumstances, to be honest.
Mm,
But because my channel has sort of become a news channel, yeah, I had to do it. So
right.
I've been covering the border situation really, but I think Abe was such a key figure in in the whole border situation for the last few years that
Mm-hmm.
you know, in a way I also wanted to pay my respects to him
Mm-hmm.
through the video that I made. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he was such a divisive figure at times,
Mm-hmm.
but he did so much for tourism, actually bringing tourism four times the tourism when he started, his whatever, Abenomics, or whatever they call
Abenomics.
it,
Yep, Abenomics. They
Abenomics.
call it
When he
Economics.
first
Yep.
went into power, yeah, economics,
Yeah.
to when he left, it actually fourfolded the amount of tourism. He made getting into Japan easier. He changed all sorts of visa requirements for foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that my little segment that I did on my update came across a little bit as a little bit of a tribute, not just a piece of information. It felt
Nice.
that like that way for me anyway.
Nice, nice. You put it into interesting perspective as well. I think he did a lot for the tourism industry here. Yes, it's not perfect because there are problems with over tourism in some regards, but the
Oh
fact
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he put Japan even more on the map. Definitely,
Mm.
definitely. And then us YouTubers, with Japan focus as well, as we're kind of being affected by that as well. But nice, nice. I wasn't sure if I was gonna cover it, but the fact that it's in my neck of the woods, I just felt like I had to.
Mhm.
People are already like they knew I was live streaming. They broke the news to us, and then people are asking me, "Oh, Lito, it's in your area?" Blah 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 blah. So just like, okay, I might as well cover it. But I don't want to like. Again, it's not a cash grab for me. I'm not trying to get a lot of views or something, which I think people will still search, but that's not the point. The point is just to address it for what it was and kind of discuss it a bit because I think it still affects maybe not the everyday person living in Japan, but I think overall we can talk about what's going to be happening moving forward with tourism and whatnot. So, yeah. Found in Japan, nice to see you. Yes, Abe has been known to be supported by the group for a long time. I think saw a sub conversation in the chat asking like, what was the motivation for the shooter, and I'm not sure if that's super clear yet. I think it's still up to subjuncture.
Yeah,
But
I mean, there's lots of speculation out there, and I think we need to give it a little bit of time to get the clear picture.
I think so too. I think it's still early days when it comes to that. So let's not jump to too many conclusions. There are some facts out there, but I'm not sure what's clear yet or not. I agree. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching that segment. I want to segue into a little bit of a different topic, if that's okay. Oh yes, that's right. And Arya was saying it was my comment on your live stream with Dave. Arya was the one who broke the news to us, when I was live streaming with him.
Arya,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so Arya, thank you for letting us know.
Nice suit, by the way.
Oh yes. Arya's always dressed so dapper, whether it's that or a stormtrooper outfit. But nice to see you here. So another topic we wanted to talk about was your coverage of the borders situation in Japan.
Ooh.
Yeah. What have you
it's
been on that for recently? Go ahead.
It's a little bit of a bittersweet like topic, because in many ways it's helped my channel so much, but in many ways it's also like cornered me into this character of giving news about the border situation, and I'm trying to move a little bit away from that. I think that I do news quite well. I've actually learned to love what I do, if that makes any sense. So
Great.
So even yesterday when I was putting together the news story about the assassination of Abe, I love investigating, learning, and putting things together and sharing with the world. So that's gonna stay. I just think that obviously the borders will reopen eventually, hopefully, and then my channel needs to move on to something different, or else. So I think it's been really interesting, because when I started it, I started putting these news segments together because I was doing research for myself to see when I would be able to enter Japan. And then I thought, well, if I'm doing all this research, then why not share it with YouTube? And that's basically what happened. And then people liked it. And a lot of people have sent me really kind messages about how much I've been able to help them, reassure them, how because I try to be a positive guy. I try to always have a positive spin in my news segments.
Nice.
Sometimes because there's a lot of people that, especially when the students were waiting to enter Japan back before April, there were loads of students that were waiting, that would be stuck out of the country, and they were desperate. And they can go online and they can get all the information about, hey, Japan is closed and you're not going to make it in. But I try to reassure them, and I try to the same with tourists now. Like, stay positive. That's my motto in my channel is like, stay positive but COVID negative. That is my
I love it. That's great.
Stay positive but COVID negative.
Is that actually like a one of you wore a T-shirt that said "Be positive"? Stay positive.
Yeah. That's
it.
Stay positive. Yeah.
Is that your branding? Is that your actually merch?
Yeah. It's become. Well, I don't have merch. I've promised myself. I was speaking to you about this earlier. I promised myself to do things in stages, and I don't want to do everything on YouTube at the same time, because YouTube, you probably know, but YouTube takes a lot of time. And each time you add something to YouTube, it's an extra hour or two that you need to dedicate to whatever you add.
Yes.
So I know a few people have said, hey, when's the merch coming or whatever. I still consider myself, I'm definitely a very small channel, considering, the amount of channels out there that have hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers. But I have to say that I have an awesome community that follow me. And that is the most important thing, to be honest.
There you go, people. There you go. Heart out to the community. That's what we're talking about. Exactly. And if
anybody's watching, can you please make sure that you subscribe to this guy? Oh, to this. Which way am I pointing? This guy.
This guy. Oh, let me do the ET touch. Thank you, NinjaMonkey, Nathan, for all your support. And you know how hard it is to kind of grow and stuff, and we all have plateaus, and it's a struggle here and there. But your advice for me, in our pre-talk and even now, is gold. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, seriously, it's so easy just to like want to do everything, at the same time.
Good advice.
But then you can't. Then you don't do it properly, and one thing goes. You don't. Just doesn't work.
Okay. So like, don't rush into it, right? Kind of go solid at your own
Yeah,
pace.
take it easy. Like add the patrons at the right time, add the merch at the right time, add the Discord group at the right time. That sort of thing.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That keeps me at ease a bit, because I mean, like, I gotta get all this stuff done, because it is overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. I love Almonox's emoji there. I love it. I gotta get that.
Hey, I didn't even know that was an emoji.
Yeah, where's the thing? Let us know
what?
how you got that.
Almonox, what the heck? I didn't even know that was
send
an
me
emoji.
3 more of those. I want a pew 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 heart one. That's awesome.
That's gonna be my. I leave an Easter egg. I'm gonna tell a secret. I leave an Easter egg at the end of every single video that I put out.
Love it.
And I somewhere at some point, and I tell the audience to comment with the emoji. I tell them, I put an emoji on screen as an Easter egg, and I tell them to write a comment including that emoji.
Oh, that's a fun way.
To see
Yeah.
if they've watched like throughout the video and they've been paying attention to the video. That might be the next one, Alminox.
That's smart. All right, Alminox is giving us the 3 heart pumps. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Nice, love it.
Awesome.
Love it. That's great. I love that, NinjaMonkey. It's very smart of you, but also shows like a bit of the teacher side of you. I like giving little quizzes. I've been an English teacher for a long time, and I recently discovered this thing called Blookit. It's like booklet, but kind of jumbled up. Blookit.
Okay.
It's an online interactive quiz that you can make. I tried it a couple live streams ago.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Kahoots. You can do Kahoots. Also, is one that's very similar. Kahoots.
Okay. I'll try to be in cahoots with that. Awesome.
You can make, yeah.
Cool. This is great.
Yeah, Leap posting the last Easter egg, the Tokyo Tower.
Oh, nice one. Oh, by the way, I'd have to say
this
comment is kind of a 2-for-1 here. So Audio's saying, by the way, Nathan Jerome, he's from Scotland, used to live in Gibraltar, and then earlier in the stream he pointed out your awesome Tokyo Adventures Lego set there. I mentioned that earlier too.
Wow, I mean, seriously, it's crazy when people tell me that they've lived in Gibraltar, because you've got no idea how small Gibraltar is. It's literally 6 kilometers by 2 kilometers.
Really? It's like a little strip.
Yeah.
Does it have like the crazy airplane runway that goes?
That's right. Yeah.
Through a street or something? Does it go through a street?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have a runway with a crossing, with a road crossing the runway with a like a barrier, so the traffic is stopped every time a plane lands or takes off.
That is crazy. I think I saw that on like top 10 craziest airport landing strips.
It's like number 3 or something.
Yeah.
Number 3 or number 4.
We saw the same video. I'm gonna rewatch that and say, yeah, NinjaMonkey says it's that one or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a live stream walking through the runway multiple times at some point.
Oh God! Don't get hit. That's all I'm trying to say.
No.
Okay.
You don't get a chance. They tell you off with like these mega speakers, like move away from the runway.
Oh really?
The plane is approaching. Yeah, and if not, they actually come and they arrest you and they literally take you.
Can I tell you I swear to God, a near-death experience when I was just first starting off with YouTube and creative stuff. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Sorry, guys, we're going on a bit of a tangent here. But since we're talking about these crazy runways and crossroads and things like that, so I was filming a music video for a fellow musician friend, foreigner, in Kyoto, in the Inaka of Kyoto. Very, very kind of bamboo forests and cherry blossoms where nobody knows. It was amazing. And the train crossing's right by his house, right? And there are these big bushes to the side, so it's a blind spot. You can kind of hear the train coming, but you're not sure when it's gonna come.
Oh,
and
I see where this is coming.
Yeah, and I had my gimbal and my phone. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good B-roll, and I'm just coming out of the bush, like to see if I can catch a bit of the train, get that really nice, cool, like kind of perspective. And I swear to God, I was like 3 centimeters away from my head hitting the train. Like I could have died. I was like, when I felt the rush of air, I was like, whoa. So yeah.
That is scary.
So when I say please don't get hit, that it was coming from that
No.
kind of near-death experience. Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
All right. So you said Cahoots. Someone was asking, is it Almanox maybe was asking, what's it called? And it's called Blookit, blookit.com.
Look
And,
at
and by the way, I don't want to keep you on too late, NinjaMonkey. I know you're in a different time zone.
I'm okay for a bit. I'm okay for a bit. It's fine.
Great. We'll try to wrap it up.
We can still talk about. I've got a good 20 minutes or so, half an hour maybe.
Perfect.
So
Okay. So one thing I like to do on these live streams to get that interaction going is we play. Recently, we've been playing this kind of, it's like telephone plus Pictionary. It's this drawing kind of mystery transformative game called Gartic Phone. It's a lot of fun, and we play it at the end of my streams and just have a laugh at looking at what people write and what they draw. So this type of interaction, I love it. I love it. So maybe next time when you're on a different time you can come, but if you gotta go, you gotta go. But yeah, guys, so that's it. Speaking about like the borders being closed, I've met a few people online who are in that situation, right? They were out of the country at an untimely for work or something, and they couldn't get back in. So like they had their home here and whatnot, or their students. But then I've
the very beginning,
yeah, and I've met the opposite too. The opposite of like someone who just got a job, came in through that 1 month window when borders were open, and I was like, wow, you're one of the few lucky people who got in. So I've met that too. But I think the majority of people are.
I mean, it's still freaking difficult. I'm in the middle of working on a business visa, which a lot of people on my channel probably know by now. And it ain't easy. Let's just say it's a lot more straightforward than what it used to be a few months ago. But you know these group tours that currently group tourism is allowed in Japan.
Right. Yes.
But did you know that those group tours, the tour, if you want to go on a group tour, you need to go to the Japanese embassy and get a short-term visa to enter Japan.
Right. So you get the visa first.
So it's even that is not straightforward. So it's no surprise to me when you read headlines like very few tourists are entering Japan on these group tourism thingies. I sent an email to a tour company that I've used in the past, just asking to see if I could go like in August or whatever. And they said to me, we do have spaces. However, you might not be able to get a visa in time. So
wow.
So it's a big problem. That's the first thing that they need to sort out, I think. Maybe that's what they do.
Well,
next,
it's channels like right. It's channels like yours that help out with that dissemination of information too, because even a lot of the Japan-based YouTubers had no idea what the protocol was for people getting in, because we just hear the headline, we're like, hey, everybody's coming in Japan on all these tours, and people are like, blowing it up, and even the Furoan, that store in Kyoto, she was super excited, like, yeah, they're coming in on June 10th, and then I had to drop it to the store owner, like, no, they're getting their visas on the 10th, I think they're coming next month, and even when they do come, they're on like a they're on like a decided path.
This is one of the things that I kept on telling people, that a lot of people in even within Japan, I don't know if this has been your experience yourself, a lot of people were under the impression that Japan had reopened to tourism fully.
Yeah. A lot of people, well, they were under that impression, but because I think there's a lot of headlines, even in YouTube and stuff, that gave that impression. Me included. It was like, hey, Japan's opening its borders. But then you have to like dig a bit deeper and then say like, well, not really, So.
I think three updates ago, I had to put the thumbnail was like fake news. Japan is not reopened,
right?
Because I was getting so many messages, of people who were like buying flights and stuff, thinking that Japan was open.
No, I know it's
like.
It's
and I was
hard.
like, sorry, but
and
watch the video all the way through, guys, and you get the whole picture.
Right. It's but it just goes to show how many people want to get in. which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking to break it to people. It's like, yeah, not yet. Even I know another channel, it's I think a Japan-based person doing it, like Japanese person doing it. That's all their channel's about, right? Like the opening borders. And he even said, like, don't even think about coming until next year. At one point, he just kind of gave up, thing. So it's tough. It's tough.
It's just unknown when it's going to happen. And my advice, if people are here watching because they want, my advice at the moment is probably now is not the best time to ask the question, when is Japan going to reopen? Because Abe's assassination is going to just eclipse everything. B, because, well, how's the elections going? It looks like the LDP are going to win, right? Obviously.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. They always win, it seems, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that we'll get some news in the next week or two about the borders. And my suggestion, my advice has been for months now, has been set yourself a cutoff point. So if you want to go to Japan in October, for example, then you set yourself a cutoff point. Like, if by the first week of September Japan is still not open, then I'm going to change my plans. I'm going to change my flights, and I'm going to change my hotels. But you need to do that yourself. You need to decide when your cutoff date is. Different people are going to have different cutoff dates. Some people are willing to wait 2 weeks before a trip. Some people can't for whatever job reasons,
Right. Very good point. I think that makes sense, and you're right. It is different for everybody, and it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, isn't it? Like if I'm not in that situation, but if I were, I'd be like, come on, Where do people go to that information? Is it the actual immigration website where they can find that? Like, I don't even know where to search for it.
Well, that's the other problem. The other problem is that the information is not incredibly easy to access, which is actually why I sort of put together my videos, and the channel ended up becoming about Japan's border situation, because I felt that the information was so, all over the place, that like I say at the beginning of every video, I say I do the research and put all the information into all the readily available information into an easy to follow video. So everything that I'm saying is out there. I just put it all in one place so that people don't have to sort of go searching. And
so that's the value that you provide, the service. Awesome.
Awesome. That's definitely the value. But it's I mean, always check the MOFA website, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website, because they have the most up-to-date information anyway. But sometimes even they are outdated, which is crazy, because it's so crazy that basically there's an official sort of like a press release or whatever by the government of Japan saying that that maybe group tourism will be starting the 10th of June. But then the MOFA website might not be updated until a day before the 10th of June, 2 weeks after the announcement has been made.
Exactly. I'll give you, I hate to do it, but I'll give you one more layer of frustration. So from my point of view, sometimes I have to go to the immigration website, right, to renew my visa, or in times of COVID to change it. And I had to get information from their website, and it was definitely hard to find the newest things. It was either outdated or wasn't available. I tried to call. Luckily enough, I could speak enough Japanese to get my way through, but even then it was tough. And I called one place in Tokyo and I called another place in Osaka, and they both gave me conflicting information. So it's just like, whoa, sometimes it depends on where you call. It also, like, the judgment.
I had this experience also with the Japanese embassy in London. Actually, there's a I'm going to add it to I have a website, ninjasaru.com.
Yes, it's in my description.
At the moment, it's very basic at the moment. It just basically gives links to important information, like what vaccines you need to enter Japan, the MOFA website, etc. But there's a telephone number in English, which is a Japan hotline, which will then direct you to the correct telephone number to call for the inquiry that you have.
Nice.
And it's totally in English. So I use them, and I'm pretty sure that the person that picked up the phone was not Japanese. It sounded like it was a call center in India or something like that, to be honest.
Right.
But they did give me the number of the London embassy, who then, when I called, it took me 3 days to get hold of them
Oh
because
my gosh.
they were constantly busy. But when they did pick up the phone, they were some of the most friendly, most
Mm-hmm.
helpful people I've ever spoken to on the phone.
Yes.
But they did say to me the following. They said to me, be aware that each embassy, although they do the same paperwork, their methods of doing the paperwork might be different.
Yes.
So we might say that it takes 5 working days and that we need your passport for 5 days,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe the embassy in Madrid might say that they only need the passport on the last day of the you know what I mean, and it might take 3 days.
Yes.
And even down there, I think Almanox, I was talking to Almanox on online, and he was
Mm-hmm.
saying that he had been told at some point that he could send all of the information ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and that they would do whatever to make the visa much quicker to process.
Mm-hmm.
So each embassy, although they complete the same, you end up with the same certificate or whatever, will process it differently. So you need to be aware of that. So if you've got a friend in the States that tells you this is what they did for me, it might not work if you're in Europe, because in Europe it might be different. They might do it differently. So you need to ask. You need to call and ask.
I have had exactly the same with the Canadian embassy in Tokyo
Oh,
versus getting my
okay.
passport renewed, but it had to go through, in Canada. And again, I think again there's local, like, different, what do you call it? How paperwork's processed, just even like the culture of work style. It's all localized, in that sense. So
Yeah.
localization is a definite monster. But even within Japan, Tokyo versus Osaka, giving you different information and this that was harder. But similar to that hotline that you got, I got an English speaking hotline for people living in Japan, and I actually spoke with one of the happiest, most like so friendly and useful person. I think she was Brazilian, but she was like, "Hello,
Okay.
how are you doing today? How can I help you?" She was like, "Oh my God, you're a godsend. Like, who are you? Can you help me with my problem?"
Yeah,
And
it was the same for the London embassy. I have to say, the lady that picked up the phone was incredible. But the message, because you get one of these messages which is sort of like, press one
yeah,
if it's an emergency, and it's the most like subdued, sort of like serious message,
yeah,
like press one if you are a Japanese national in
yeah,
an
yes, yes, yes.
emergency.
They're so neutral.
Press for visas. Press, and then the person picks up the phone and they're like super genki.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
I
like
know. It's so funny. I mean, I love your voice impersonation. I do voices as well, but it kind of reminded me, not as bad, but when I first went to Tokyo, the Tokyo drivers, they would all voice announce, like they'd have the microphone. They'd be like, "I eki wa omori desu. Hai gochi kudasai." It almost sounded like they were on the verge of dying from like heat exhaustion or something. But now it's all replaced with like, "The next station is Abe no Eki, please." It's all very, kind of more standardized now. But back in the day, it sounded like that, and then you get the Genki person. So, anyways, I
oh,
digress a
nice.
bit. Let's go back to the chat because a lot of people have been
Yeah, go for it.
responding to a few things, and then we'll move on to the next topic. So, JJ was saying he's talking about his time in Gibraltar. This is our former topic. When I was there, someone was chased down and tackled to the ground at NinjaMonkey. Also, the standoff with the GMP and Spanish Border Patrol back in 2018. I think he's talking about the runway, the airplane runway.
Yeah.
Someone getting tackled.
You know, the thing with Gibraltar and the West, and not Japan mostly, is that we do have some crime and things do happen. It's very safe. Gibraltar's a very safe place, I have to say. Very similar to Japan. I think we have some random acts of violence mainly. But there are definitely tensions between Spain and Britain over Gibraltar, because Spain, they want Gibraltar to be Spanish, but it hasn't been Spanish for over 300 years, and it's belonged to Britain for over 300 years.
Wow.
So definitely there are tensions there. We've had 2 or 3 referendums where the people have sort of voted to see if we want to for whatever reason become Spanish. But each time it's like an over 90 something % majority who want to remain British. So
Wow. Sounds like the referendums we have in Canada with like Quebec and the rest of the country.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, that every 5 to 10 years or so. Wow, interesting, interesting. Thank you for that. Almanox had a very interesting comment I want to pick up on. He said, "Yeah, we keep the mystery alive in our marriage by sleeping in separate beds, in separate rooms, in separate houses, in separate cities, in separate countries, on separate continents. Thanks, COVID." I think he's talking about the separation of people during that time. I
Yeah.
know a few people who got stuck, but you know, in different
And
places.
still, and still.
Yep.
Did
Yep.
you know that only if you're married, you can get a spouse visa to enter. But even that, as Alminox should probably tell you, is a whole thing in itself. But if you are engaged, you need to prove that you're engaged, and then you'll be able to enter Japan. But if you've been in a long-term relationship and let's say, you've been in a relationship for 4, 5, 6 years, but you never got engaged, you can't visit your freaking
Oh,
partner.
that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's so unfair. I have to be admit, and people's lives have been unrooted and relationships separated. It's crazy. And then on the other hand, I know people of Japan descent who have relatives here who can come like every 6 months. I know business people who
Yeah,
can come on a
exactly,
whim.
yeah.
You know, Hawaii and Japan have this thing. It was like no quarantine. Yeah, just come on by. You can come in for a 2-week vacation, come back. So it's surreal. It's kind of surreal.
There's no quarantine into Japan now in most of the world, actually. From the
Okay.
States, from most of Europe, you don't need to quarantine when entering Japan. All you need to do is do a PCR test 72 hours before your flight. And that's it. And you download your MySOS app, and
Right.
you put all the certificates and your results in there. And in theory, it's supposed to turn blue or whatever color it is. And then you can, in theory, be fast-tracked through the airport.
That's right.
We'll see.
Yeah, again, I know people coming on business or with their relatives, no problems going through the airport. It's pretty simple. Maybe an hour at the most, depending on where you are. So it's kind of crazy. But first of all, I want to address the chat, guys. I'm sorry if I can't get to all of you. It's I'm so happy to have so many people in the chat. I am trying to pull up a few people while we're talking, so I want to say a big shout out to Nomadic Gaijin. He's an awesome friend and YouTuber, Twitch streamer there in the Tokyo area. If you're ever out there, hook up with Luke, Nomadic Gaijin. Thank you for being here, man. How you doing? And a few of the new people, Philip VH is saying Coke Zero time. Is that an Australian accent?
It's a thing on my channel, yeah.
Is it? Okay, nice. Nice.
Yeah, Coke Zero, man. I call my channel, they're all team members. So it's all like, I feel that we're all part of the same team. You know, we all want to be. We all love Japan and etc. So my team members, and we have Team Pepsi and Team Coke.
Do you really?
And I'm Team Coke, yeah.
You're Team Coke. Can I say you're a Coke head? No, that's wrong. And Team Pepsi, are they the choice of the new generation? I don't know. That was an English one. Sorry, I just go off with the strange humor sometimes. So yeah, I mean, people are coming in there. Yeah, Japan Ichiban is saying, I think the LDP have one. Okay, I think a few people.
Yeah.
Are
By the way,
that.
Japan has an awesome Facebook page with like 70,000 followers on his Facebook page.
Okay.
Just in case you want to check him out. He's got some pretty cool photos and stuff.
Tell you what I like to do, again, you and I are of the same kind of mind about this. I love supporting and sharing other people's content when it's appropriate and it's, you know, on theme. So if any of the mods can pull that up on Facebook, if they can find out, is the page called Japan Ichiban?
Yeah, literally, you just search Japan Ichiban, and you find it.
I will check it out, and hopefully I can also be a participant there. But Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, if I missed you in the chat, I'm really sorry. I saw Daniel and Yuka earlier. Daniel recently had his birthday stream, and happy birthday, man! And thanks for being here. Yeah, he recently met up with Tokyo Lens. I think I saw that on his stream.
Ooh,
so that's
nice one.
Interesting. So can we segue into a little different topic of, like, you've been on Asahi TV, Television Asahi, right? How did you get that? How did that work out? And did you have to do it in English or Japanese? And where's the link that we can find?
That was the funniest thing. literally, I received an email from this producer from Asahi TV randomly saying, "Hey, we've come across your channel or whatever, and you do a lot of tourism-based stuff for Japan, and we're looking for a tourist that's entering in one of these group tours on the 10th of June. Would you know anybody from your community who's entering Japan on the 10th of June so that we can interview them?" So I basically wrote back saying, like I can't. I asked. I did a live stream. I asked the community, and obviously nobody was entering Japan on the 10th of June because nobody
Right.
entered Japan on the 10th of June. Basically, I think
Right.
the first entries were like 2 weeks later or something like that. So
Mm.
so I replied saying, "Hey, I've asked, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to find anyone. But if there's anything that I can do for you in the future, don't hesitate. Just send me a message." And they replied to me basically saying, "We would like to interview you for a segment on tourism and the border closure and what that means to tourism."
Mm-hmm.
So literally, they sent me like 10 questions in advance. And then that same day, I received the email like at 7 in the morning. I was waking up, and I arranged with them to basically be interviewed via Zoom. So
Nice.
it was a really cool experience. Actually, they were really receptive to everything that I had to say. They wanted to put pressure on the government. At one point, they asked me to address the government of Japan.
What do you mean, like address, like talk about the government of Japan?
No, as in, we want you to give a message to Kushida, and we want to show Kushida the
Are you
message.
serious?
Yes.
What? How?
Yeah, that was
Wow.
a little bit of a like a random. I wasn't prepared for that.
So you did it?
So yeah, I wasn't very well prepared. I think I said something along the lines of like you know do like, please let us in. We can behave. Let us. I think I basically said, look, let us spend the money. Let us spend the money in Japan. Let us help the economy, and we are happy to follow the rules in Japan.
Mhm.
So that was more or less in a nutshell what I said. But yeah, so they edited that and they put it out just a few hours later.
Mhm.
And but I every time I watch it, I just laugh because basically it's me talking in English but being dubbed in Japanese.
Mhm. Mhm.
So my lips are moving, but the voice is
Oh, you're
Japanese.
actually dubbed with a Japanese voice.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what I'm
my
saying.
god.
Yeah,
I want to see that. I want to see it for that. That's hilarious. But
it's hilarious. Yeah.
could you? Okay, and I have to ask you. You've been to Japan so many times, maybe numerous times that you can't even count anymore. But how is your Japanese? And are you able to understand what they dubbed for you?
I think I take my Japanese. I wish I had more time to study Japanese, and I think that perhaps the where I live here in Europe, and there aren't many Japanese opportunities to speak Japanese, which makes things incredibly difficult. I have an okay knowledge of vocab, but I think I'm lacking in practice and in listening and in speaking. So I'd say that I get the gist of things within reason. I wouldn't say I can understand things. I can have like some very big. Nihongo totemo musukashi desu.
確かに、確かに、大変ですね。
Yeah.
I would love to have like a little like kind of corner where it's me and you speaking Japanese, and then we dub it
Oh
with
no,
our with our English voices after. We'd be
bad.
like, ah,
Oh yeah,
how
yeah,
are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
long time see.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's sort of like what it's like. It's so funny. But I before I started on this journey of NinjaMonkey, I said to myself, I'm gonna take my time during the pandemic to learn Japanese.
Mhm.
But then I started doing all these news, segments on my YouTube channel, and it takes so people don't realize
Mhm.
it takes hours and hours and hours and hours of my time, and just doing the research, writing the script, filming it, editing it, and putting all the jump cuts and all the put in the sound,
The
whatever, you
sound
know.
boom.
The thumbnail
Yes.
takes ages. The description, it just takes a long time. So I haven't actually I do a Japanese lesson a week with a Japanese sensei who's originally from Kyoto but lives maybe 45 minutes away from me.
Oh, in Gibraltar.
But we do it. She lives in Spain.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but we do it via Skype actually.
Okay.
Yeah, pandemic changed things, right?
It totally did.
It's
totally
like
did.
I'm too lazy to drive.
To drive
Do it via
45
Skype,
minutes.
right?
Well, it is convenient. You know, it's true. I did online lessons. I was getting studying for the N1, Nihongo Kente, but like
Whoa.
I failed abysmally. You know, it's my first time at it. They say you don't. Most people don't pass it their first 2 or 3
Oh,
times.
wow.
It's hard. It's hard. You know, and my kanji's terrible, but my speaking and listening are much better. But I was taking online lessons. They were good, and I made some good friends there. But you know, Nathan, this is one thing I'm going to be experimenting with soon, maybe on Twitch, is to do little language centric lessons, or not lessons, but streams. Maybe me doing Duolingo, or like having a guest who's learning, and if there's something I can help them out with.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I mainly speak Osaka Ben. You know, maybe like a weird
Ooh.
foreigner version of it. My wife also always makes fun of me when I speak Osaka Ben, but it's the only Japanese I feel comfortable speaking now. But yeah, I'm really glad to help, and I'm glad that you're on your Japanese Nihongo journey, right? Your Japanese
Yeah,
journey.
you know, I'd say that my journey's been like a good four years,
Mm-hmm.
but probably those 4 years would equal 9 months,
Yeah, yeah.
like in reality, because I haven't been taking it that seriously.
Mm-hmm.
My Japanese teacher, she's quite awesome, but
Mhm.
she's very, very old school and kind of scary. Like,
What do you mean scary?
she's really, really, she keeps on saying that that basically that my most important thing is the grammar. Most important thing is grammar. So like a lot of grammar,
Right.
which I
So
said wrong, by the way.
she's coming from the grammar translation method, most likely, right? She's kind of focusing on the basics and the grammar, and it's true, having a good base of grammar helps, but I don't think it's everything, honestly.
I think I need to speak. I don't do enough speaking. I do Mina no Nihongo textbook, which is pretty cool because it's all in Japanese, and it's really pushed me to sort of think in Japanese, because I find that in the past I've used other textbooks that are in Romandry or whatever, you know, like in English, and you're translating from what you're reading in English to Japanese back to English. Whilst with Mina no Nihongo, you're literally reading the hiragana and the kanji from beginning to end,
It helps, yeah.
which means that, yeah, I think it's helped a lot.
It helps,
In
yeah.
It's
I
definitely
started with that
improved
book.
my reading.
Yeah, I started with that book too, and I think it helps a lot. But I do understand where you're coming from when it's like she's just shoving your grammar down your throat, and maybe you're not increasing your fluency, but you're like
At all, no.
you're getting things in a very, like I said, traditional grammar translation way. But to be honest, when you're in Japan, nobody's gonna speak like konnichiwa, boku wa blah 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 desu. You know, it's all very formal.
Yeah.
It's more like sumimasen, eki wa dochira desu ka? You know, it has to be a bit more fluid or more relaxed, because you know, even keigo and stuff is only used in a very small amount of situations. So a lot of the textbook stuff you're using is useful, but it doesn't come off like kind of natural.
What website did you use? Like you said, you did online lessons to begin
Right.
with. What did you use?
Yeah, it was an online school. They're based here in Japan, so their time zones are in Japan, unfortunately.
Okay.
I forgot what the school was because I actually did a live stream with it. Can I send you the link a bit later?
Yeah. Send it to me later. Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully if there's you know, someone that I know, the teachers are excellent though. The teachers are really good. So, but they were focused mainly on the Nihongo Kente, like the N1
Okay.
and N2. So, but yeah, someone's going in here with italki. Yeah, I've heard of that app too.
I've used them before.
italki. Yeah, they got little video clips and stuff. Is it show? I can't remember.
Yeah, they're quite good, but at the same time, I don't know. You need to sort of you need to like do a little bit of window shopping and try a few different teachers before you find someone that you really want to use, right?
I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. I just want to say goodbye to Nomadic Gaijin. He's been in the chat a
Hey.
bit. Heading to the gym soon. Have a great stream, man. This has been great to watch. In the spirit of the stream, sending love to Abe's family and people that were in his
Yeah,
life. Thank you
indeed.
so much. Thank you so much, Luke. Again, a really great friend and a cool guy. You should definitely try to hook up with him if you're in the Tokyo.
Yeah, I'm
area.
gonna check him out
Awesome.
for sure.
Awesome. Um, so we got people now on the like Nihongo language tiff, and people are saying like pitch accento. I did a live stream with that school, and the sensei who helped me there was really good about pitch accent. She's like, it's the Yama accent, or it's the up and down, or the down and up, but there's no like up down, unless you're in Osaka. So anyways, that we should really leave that for another live stream. I think it should deserve its own little place there. But just want to get to the comments just a wee bit. Aryo saying, I think this is when Nathan on Japan TV. Maybe that YouTube link. Does that look familiar?
Ooh.
Is that the one
Let's
we can
see.
watch?
How do I?
Let's see. I can't really.
Yeah,
Maybe give it a check
let
for
me
me. Or you can
click on
send it to me
it.
and let me know, and I'll put it in the chat somehow.
Where is it? Where has it come out?
Um,
Because okay, let's see. I'm just gonna click on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's my video.
mhm.
That's my video, but it's not necessarily my. You can the full segment is here actually.
Okay. Send it to me somehow.
I'm gonna put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't be able to send it unless I make you a mod.
Oh, okay.
So send it to me, and then I'll drop it in there for you.
I'm gonna put it here. Look, I'll put it here.
Yes.
It's quite funny.
I'd love to see it, man.
Every time I still laugh at myself when I see it because, yeah.
Yes. Hey, my Bailey. I'm just actually I'm restreaming to Twitch right now, multi-streaming. And my Bailey's,
did
hey,
you wanna
where is Luke? Where's Shoko? Your Academy is New World for your information. Yes, I know. I can't change it when I when I'm on the stream. I'll change it now to just chatting. Thank you for that. But yeah, and thank you for checking me out on Twitch, guys. I'm trying to get affiliate there as well, but mainly focusing on YouTube for the most part. But yeah, give me that link. Okay, you just sent it to me.
No, it doesn't work. Forget about it. I think they might have brought it that they must have removed the video or something.
It is unavailable. Oh, that's too bad. If you have a copy of it somewhere, let me know.
Yeah. I do actually. I'll
Okay.
find it now. So you talk about something and I'll find it in the meantime.
All right. Yeah, Nomadic Gaijin, take care. And he's like, he's lying. I'm the worst. No, he's not the worst. He's awesome. Shoot, didn't know you were here too, leaving a lurk for affiliate. No worries. Thanks, Luke. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, and Japan Ichiban. Can I just call you Japan? I'm gonna call you like, I guess Japan Ichiban sounds cool. Don't worry. Japanese accent is furatto. Yeah, it's furatto. That would be flat. I saw another big YouTuber talking about the pitch accent furatto, right? And actually, regional accents have a different pitch accent as well, right? Like, you can say thank you in Okinawa, Osaka ben, okini, but in in Kyoto they say okini or okini. Or I can't even get it right. Only do the Osakan one. So, anyways, yep, no worries. Japan Ichiban saying, just want to say thanks for sharing my Facebook link. My name is Alan, or Alan. By the way, Alan or JJI is fine. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, JJI, thanks. I already know JJ, so I don't want to. I have a JJ in my life, just roaming around, so I don't want to kind of confuse you too. So can I call you Alan, if that's okay? Thanks, Alan. Appreciate that. But cool.
Okay, I found one of my subscribers, Philippe. He was very kind to sort of capture it for me and put it on his channel or whatever. So
Oh, awesome. That's the one. You look good. You look clean shaven. You look good.
I was clean shaven. Yeah.
It's at.
I was worried. I was very worried that Almanox would tell me off.
So and it wasn't live though, right? Obviously, it wasn't live.
No, it was no. And you know what the really funny thing is also that the lady that's there like giving the questions was not the lady that interviewed me.
I think that's she looks like the news announcer lady.
Yeah.
So they probably overlaid it or something, like cut it up. Did you see you were on Zoom, so you knew who you were talking to, right?
Yeah. She was so nice. She was
Nice.
like super friendly. In fact, yeah, she was incredibly friendly and like easy to talk to and really interested in what I had to say. So, are you hearing what I've said?
Sorry, I'm hearing what you said, but my I was reacting to this. He also responds to testosterone god status bears man. So yeah, sorry, I that popped up while you were talking. I'm so sorry. Um, so you were saying she was the nicest person. Was she like the person on
She
the
was.
phone that was like, "Hi, can I help you?" Um, with your
No, she was more genuine, I would say, for
oh,
sure.
awesome, awesome. I think it's really cool again that one you're on TV. You know, I was on NHK World hosting one episode, and we were kind of like talking about that in the pre-chat, and we are like, oh really, you're on this and that. So
That's amazing, yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I think it's amazing, and I think these can lead to bigger opportunities in the future. But like, who knows when the next one's gonna come up. So um, what do you think about Japan moving forward with all of this borders with stuff that happened with
Yeah,
Abe?
it's I think the death of Abe does definitely leave a very big unquestion a big question mark because Abe was one of the people that was putting pressure on
Mm-hmm.
the government. But then again, we have Kono Taro,
Mm-hmm.
who thankfully is also somebody who has been putting pressure on the government to reopen for foreigners, for tourists, for independent tourists, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, there's two things that could happen here. The first thing is maybe the LDP will listen to Kano's will listen to Abe's previous, sort of like wishes
Mm-hmm.
and act upon them
Mm-hmm.
out of respect. I don't know. That's me being the positive guy, trying
Right.
to think positively.
Mm-hmm.
Or the second thing could be that now there's no real pressure in that respect,
Mm-hmm.
and things slow down. Could this eclipse any future reopening? Like, if they were going to make an announcement in 2 weeks' time, could they still be talking about this in 2 weeks' time and
Mm-hmm.
potentially slow down any announcements that were meant to be, you know what I mean? So I think the key is definitely going to be in the next fortnight. In the next 10 days will be crucial to see how they respond to not only the death of Abe, but also they respond to the elections being finished, because
Mm-hmm.
there's been a lot of a lot of people have said that the reason why they haven't reopened is because they wanted those votes, and
Mm-hmm.
reopening might have actually hurt the votes.
Right. Right.
But now that the elections are over, in theory, they should have a little bit more free reign to sort of do more.
Okay. Can I?
What are your? I mean, as somebody that lives in Japan,
Mm,
what are your thoughts on that?
yeah, it's a good question. Let me just get rid of my squircle head there in the top. So I added my face in there so that we have more interaction. I know it's weird when you don't see anyone on the screen. Um, Again, I don't follow politics so much, so I don't know all these key heads that you're talking about. However, I did get some inside opinions from that store owner in Kyoto, and I think she's talking from a
Mm.
very, like I said, person who's in Japan, works, has a business in Japan, and talked about the politics of that a bit. She did mention about Abe. I had a conversation with her before the assassination, and
Mm.
she's saying he was very much influential in opening the borders and getting way more tourists coming. Kyoto's been inundated, but that now that Kyoto doesn't have any foreigners and tourists coming in, they're really much on the teetering of bankruptcy. They really are. It's really hard. So that's
Mm.
why I'm going there helping her stuff. But what she said about the politics of it was, well, of borders opening. Sorry, my mind's racing at light speed
Mm.
here. Is there's the Japanese population is an inverted triangle, and at the top is a lot of elderly people, and so a lot of the elderly people are putting in votes for not pushing for border reopening. One, because they just don't want to be bothered with all of what they consider foreigners coming in and bringing in the virus. Two, they just want to live their days in peace until they kind of pass away, I guess, right? So they're not so interested in that, but they're not, that big population isn't thinking about the local businesses that are hurting so much from the lack of tourism coming in. It's the younger people, I think, are more open-minded and want more people coming in. So I think that's population has a big impact on it from her point of view anyways. So, again, that's all of the information I'm getting. That's maybe after the voting's done, then policy will be in place to start reopening borders. But then again, no, I don't know. I've seen.
I mean, it's going to be a slow process. Even if they decide, the elections are over now, and they decide tomorrow that the borders will reopen. Traditionally, from what my experience now with following the Japanese government and the way that they do things, it's a slow process. They put things in place. They give dates, then they give more dates, and they do a lot of considering. They consider the considerations of the considerations that they were considering.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's pretty much Japan. So I wouldn't expect. I definitely don't think that Japan will reopen in the month of August. I would be very surprised if they announce that they will be reopening in August. Now, it's always a possibility. There have been times that this government have done things and shocked us, and have actually opened up and done things randomly, like as from tomorrow,
Right.
we will no longer be doing this or whatever. They've done that before, but we'll have to wait and see. I think it's a safer bet. I think that there's a good chance that Japan will reopen this year. I think 2023 would be quite a statement from Japan to the world if they decide not to open. If they decide not to open in 2022. It would be. There's a lot of pressure also from the European Union, who are already saying that things are not reciprocal. And this was back in March that the European Union sort of got Japan to one side and said, "Hey, what's going on here, Japan? Things are not reciprocal at the moment. What? Your people can come to Europe, but our people can't go to Japan? That needs to be fixed." I mean, obviously they didn't say it in those words, but more or less that's what they said.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that maybe autumn things will start seeing things. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they do announce something in the next 2 weeks, hopefully.
Okay. So I guess we just have
Maybe
to keep
the-
our eyes and ears open, to what's
We'll
going
see.
on.
Yeah, we'll see.
But again, someone's chiming in who also lives in Japan, found in Japan, Will. He's saying right now the cases are going up. So it is true. That's something that's always very much in the government's eye, how to balance that. And I think you're right. Japan is super slow about change for the most part. Very, very careful. Because I think it's in the culture. People are kind of like afraid to be wrong. There's a lot of like...
You're living. I mean, this is my interpretation of things. Is you guys, who found in Japan, for example, who I also hop onto his live streams every now and then.
Nice.
By the way, you and found in Japan live in Japan, and basically you're living in a bubble. Seriously, living in a bubble, because cases are going up all around the world. In Europe, cases are going up. In the United Kingdom, cases are going crazy. Where I live here in Gibraltar, cases are going up. But we are living with a virus, completely living with a virus. We're being vigilant. We don't have to wear masks anymore anywhere. There's no testing anywhere. There's lots of countries that you have COVID. You have COVID. Like it's not a big deal.
Right.
We are living with variants that are much weaker than the original ones. The majority of the population are being vaccinated twice, 3 times, some 4 times.
Yeah.
I've been vaccinated 4 times. And if we start being fixated on the numbers, then Japan is never going to open, because there's going to be a wave, there's going to be another wave, there's going to
Yeah.
be another wave. South Africa and Portugal had this BA5 wave back in June, and they're now peaked, and it's now coming down. And Japan has had 7 waves. I think this would be the 8th wave,
Yeah.
if I'm right.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
basically, they've got through every single wave. So there's gonna be no difference between having the borders open and not having the borders open. We've got. I'm not a scientist, but I could tell you that when there's a virus like Omicron, which is so prevalent in Japan, and numbers are going up, it's out there. It's in the wild. You're not introducing something new into the habitat of COVID. You know, there's loads of Japanese people go on vacation on business trips, and they come and go, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, exactly. I've heard the same sentiment being echoed in other people and other channels. Yeah, and JJ's like, yeah, we just get on with it. Yeah, and I've heard that from him as well. You know.
Yeah, but your news in Japan, the news is sort of like selling you this sort of like idea that numbers are important and cases are going up, and you got to be careful, and
Yep.
you know, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, no, it's very still news mongering, you know, kind of scare tactics in a way.
It's hardly on the news here now. Hardly.
Interesting. So let's get back to the
Hardly.
chat, and I will also kind of
Sorry about that.
yeah, no worries. Let's get back to chat, and I will get address this issue and tell you kind of what I'm feeling on the ground here again. You know, just from my kind of daily going out, and maybe Will can chime in with that too. So he's saying the main issue for Japan is the burden on the health system. Yeah, that's what we hear a lot in the news. If a variant comes out and one Japanese person gets sick, then the politician that voted to open will lose their career. I think he said career.
Korea, yeah.
So yeah, it's called telework in Japan, right? You just work from home. I will say this, like, my job as I do, you know, I'm trying to get full time into YouTube, which is one question I had for you. I don't know if we have time to discuss that now, but even then, I still have to do other side jobs, and I teach at these English camps, and every once in a while they'll get totally canceled because of like a new wave coming out, and scared that, you know, their high school or their junior high school will have a cluster. But my feeling on the ground is less and less schools are counseling, more and more businesses coming in, especially in these hot, humid months right now. People walking about more people are taking off their masks. Even on trains, every once in a while, we'll have more and more people without the masks. So I know, like I said, you're maybe in Gibraltar, JJ saying Scotland, like nobody's wearing masks anymore. Like I think in the U.S. that mask mandate's pretty much gone from what I see and hear. But in Japan, I don't know. Like I said, people kind of, what do you call it? They follow the majority, right? And so if most people are wearing masks, they're gonna adhere to that, even though it's not being pushed hard or anything, but it's just a cultural thing.
I mean, I have no problems with masks. I will wear a mask in Japan, without issue.
Right. We talked about this on a previous live stream maybe 3 weeks ago, and the same kind of issues came up, right? It's like people living in Japan feel like, foreigners and Japanese people living in Japan are afraid that foreigners won't adhere to the mask rules. I think that's one thing too. And yeah, it's still divided even within the foreign community here in Japan about their things. So you're right. Every country's dealing with it differently, has a different mindset about it, is what I think we're talking about here. So let me get to the chat a bit, and then again, I'm just looking at your time. Maybe I'll have to kind of wrap things up. So
I'll give it another till the hour.
Okay, cheers, thank you. So Amanox is saying, someone mentioned on NinjaMonkey chat that Japan are considering implementing a remote worker visa. Is this a thing in Japan? First time I heard of it, to be honest. Do you know anything about that?
No, but I'm obviously now obliged to do 5 hours of research on the topic.
Okay. Yeah, sounds interesting. I mean, I don't know if it's a
Thanks.
remote worker visa, but you can get here on some sort of work visa, and then you can maybe work remotely. So I don't know the details. You might have to, again, go to the government for that. Chris Wilson, welcome. The Japanese Dr. Fauci, he really does not want to open. I forgot what his name is. Yeah, there was like the health minister or something. And then Amanox is saying not the same at Found in Japan. Okay. Let's see what else you got here. Okay, my Bailey from Twitch is saying, even in my state of Australia, masks are not mandatory, and there are two camps of people like me who continue to wear, and those that think that because it isn't required, they won't. Right. I think that is true in other countries. In Japan, the majority still wears masks. There is a minority of maybe it seems like mainly younger people, but there's some old people too, who are just like, boop, the mask.
But we forget that people used to wear masks before COVID in Japan.
That's
anyway.
true. That's true. Yeah.
So it's
not a foreign
nothing
concept.
new,
Right?
you know.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
By the way, how many people are watching on Twitch? Out of curiosity, because I don't have Twitch. So
No worries. Twitch right now, there's only... Oh, I had a video error for some reason. Hold on, let me check here. There's not too many. There's only two. It's my wife and maybe my Bailey. Again,
two people. That's two people. Two human beings are watching.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
That is true. That is true. And I haven't been on Twitch for the last 6 months or so. So I just started up again right now. So thank you for being on here, my Bailey, and my sweet cherry chica. Sweet cherry chica. First time I called her that. Let's just chime in for a few people. We're looking at the clock here. The UAE already have remote worker visa program if you Google it. Okay, had no idea.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't even know what that would mean, but
I think
it sounds
it's
interesting.
It's a new type of visa. Like there was this kind of nomadic visa, nomadic worker visa that they had in Bali or something. So for people who could work basically on the internet but could reside in Bali. I think it sounds similar to that. I'm not sure. Hi Daniel Karhunen, welcome. Ario is chiming in with, at least it means Japan YouTube content will remain popular until tourism resumes to normal. I will tell you this. On June 10th, I think there was a big spike in people watching Japan-based content channels. I really found a lot more people were in different people's live streams that I've never seen them chat before. And that's what I think. I mean, NinjaMonkey, you said that when you started focusing on the border situation, a lot of people are interested in that too, right? I definitely think it's going to come.
I think it comes in spikes.
Yeah.
To be honest, definitely my content, which is like my news content that comes out every Saturday, gets a lot more views than I've done some like 12 planning tips for Japan, or like where to stay in Japan sort of videos, and those ones get only a third of the views of the news content. So check out my other videos, people.
Yeah, just don't check out those ones. Yeah. So I know what you mean. Like, I mean, I can see what you mean. I haven't been there yet, but if you feel like you're getting pigeonholed into one certain niche that maybe you don't want to do all the time, even though maybe you're enjoying it and you're good at it, but
well, you know what's a really good sign? That we have the Love Chat XYZ best
my
adult dating site bot, which basically means you've made it in the streaming community in YouTube, basically. So well done, Lito. Congratulations.
Pew, pew, pew. I used to have these bots, but these particular bots have been raiding like me and Luke's channel recently. I forgot to.
Oh my god.
I'm restreaming this, so I'm multi-streaming it. But if I just YouTube,
do you have moderators and stuff?
I do. Yeah, I have people with wrenches, and I think
I have some excellent moderators on my channel. Seriously, half the time I don't find out what's going on because they're so quick.
This is so crazy. I always do the Optimus Prime voice is like, okay, mods, let's get rid of that Deceptibot. Go, roll out. And then before I even say that sentence, boom, they've already taken care of it. It's almost a game for them. They're like, I'm the one who got it. You know.
And in the comments when I post videos, I get, thankfully YouTube sort of puts them in their own little like section.
Yeah.
Like, you have
for
to
review.
Check.
Yeah.
For review, and I have so many of these very inventive bots which start off like a normal human being, and then you start realizing, wait a minute, this is not a human being. Right?
Yeah, the bots are like evolving. I have a feeling that's like
getting clever.
Evil like mind like Master Hive AI, because sometimes the bots will be multilinguist. They're like polyglots. They'll be like starting off in Spanish, then to French, then to Farsi, then to some language I've never seen before.
Crazy. Yeah.
So guys, I just want to address this, and then maybe we'll send NinjaMonkey off because it's getting close to the hour.
Yeah, because I actually have my live stream in about 4.5 hours time.
Okay, so we gotta give you time to set
So
up for that. Oh,
and I play. I don't know if you play Pokemon Go, but I play Pokemon Go.
I do.
And you do.
I do. We gotta get on the friends. I'm not as
Hey.
active as I was before, but we'll get on.
I'm quite active, and there's a quest right now, and I have like 5 hours to complete it, which is what I'm gonna do when I leave this chat.
Okay, send me your details. We'll be friends.
I will,
We'll
I
start
will.
sending gifts and stuff. NinjaMonkey, it's been a pleasure, having you here. Thank you for taking the time, and I know it's longer than you planned, but I want to say
It's been fun.
yeah, you've been an awesome guest. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your tips with me personally. Guys, want to give a big shout of applause. Can we get some of those heart emojis that Almanox was giving out? Yeah, the heart emoji over the Japan red circle there. I had a few comments here. Japan Ichiban's asking, Lito, is there a way to combine YouTube and Facebook chat so that they all are on the screen permanently without me having to highlight them? I'm experimenting with that feature. What I can do is a scrolling chat that you often see with like Instagram lives or Twitch. The problem with that though is things like with bots and stuff, there's no way to, once they're on the chat, there's no way to delete them or whatnot. So I kind of have to train the chat. I think for most people, they're really good about it. It's something I'll be experimenting with. Thank you for pointing that out. And Audio was asking, yeah, I didn't set the chat to subscriber only. I recently have done that. I don't know if you've ever done that, NinjaMonkey. It's like subscriber only.
Yeah, it's an interesting experiment to do. I've been experimenting a little bit with that in the past, and also with actually not scheduling my streams. Because I'm experimenting whether or not I get more viewers when I don't schedule, because if I don't schedule, my theory is that they will get the notification there and then for when I'm going to go live, and will be more likely to watch me because they're on YouTube active.
Right.
Whilst if I schedule, perhaps they're a little bit more reluctant, or they're busy, so yeah.
That's a good
experiment.
It's a good experiment. Do you go on for your live streams always the same day at the same time though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I'll tell.
I think that's quite important, actually. Yeah.
I'll tell you my experience just from what I've done in the last year or so. So, this Lito live stream, the Lito Bunch, is the same day, same time. But my weekly IRL streams where I'm walking around and stuff are for the majority unscheduled. And I found when I was busy and not able to do those IRL streams, people would then start messaging me and ask me, when's your next live stream? When's your next live stream? So they really want to know. So there's a kind of a garnered interest in like, when are you going on? I really want to be there. So I can see the both going into play, but having a dedicated time in place though, that helps people kind of adjust their schedules as well. So it's hard to say. Yeah.
I'm going to be experimenting with in the next week or two with doing some live streams, keeping the same schedule that I do, but doing some live streams maybe at this time. See if I get some other people from the audience, see if I can grow a different audience,
Cool.
We'll see what happens.
Sounds good.
Maybe some in real life live streams I've done in the past. People like those.
I'm sure they
just
would.
Walking around my neighborhood or whatever.
Yeah, because you're in such a cool country, right? So, yeah. And you're cool too. Like, people want to see you out and about and in a different environment. It's kind of fun. But to answer Ario's comment is like, yeah, I scheduled this quickly using restream.io, which allows me to multi-stream. It didn't have the option, and I forgot to go back and change that setting. So I'll try that for next time if I can.
Do you normally have it only subscribers can comment?
Because of these sex bots coming in recently, kind of inundating mine and Luke's streams, I did that recently. That's just a recent thing. And you know what it does, though? It does kind of force people, like, I put it to
subscribe.
Well, to sub only, and like you have to be a sub for at least 5 minutes. So it really thwarts bots a lot. And you'll find the quality of people on my live streams anyways. The returning people are in the chat mainly. So, which is cool, but it might limit people who want to, just comment on their first time. So that's give and take, really. But for me, having not have the bots there was great.
Yeah, until they learn how to subscribe.
Yeah, that's right. Until they're like the Velociraptor and they can open the door with that hand.
Anyway,
yeah,
it's been awesome. It's been really good. I think please everybody who's come to watch Lito from my channel, show him a little bit of love and subscribe. And because we're all in this community together, we're all interested in Japan, and he's in Japan and he's going to show you a side of Japan that I can't show you. So check him out. Really, say hello, keep in touch. He might be a little bit antisocial in terms of the times that he streams for us a lot in Europe.
That's true.
But
I'll try
every
my
now
best.
and then.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Yeah.
NinjaMonkey, thank you. It was an honor and a pleasure to have you on. Ganbarimashou.
You're welcome.
Ganbaro.
Thank you.
Ganbaro ze.
Mata ne, mata ne.
Mata ne. Guys, thank you for all of the amazing hearts in the chat. We got Ravisha, we got JJ, we got Almanox giving us that awesome emoji. Thank you for waking us up to that.
I love that
Flavors for
emoji.
Me too, me too. Love it. Oh, we got Ario Love NinjaMonkey. Got it.
Hey,
Awesome.
thank you.
Ario.
What we need is a Coke Zero emoji.
Go on Twitch. You can make your own custom emojis. Did you know that?
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, hey.
Actually, I've been playing around. I've been looking at memberships, YouTube memberships,
Mm.
and you can get different emojis depending on how long you've been a member.
Mm.
And I've been thinking of turning that on and you can make your own emojis. I've been thinking of having the Coke Zero and I don't know if you've seen, but I've introduced a new logo to my channel of a little NinjaMonkey
Oh no,
with
I
a
haven't seen it
little
yet. I'll have to check it out.
glimmer. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's got the same headband as me. If you watch the very beginning of my last update, he appears at the very beginning.
Awesome.
And now my little subscribe button on the side is also the monkey with the headband.
That's great. That's great. I love how you're getting it on brand. That's perfect. Well, guys, anyone from my crew who doesn't know NinjaMonkey, Nathan, go to his channel, check it out. Amazing stuff going on there. Thank you, everyone for being here. We're gonna sign off NinjaMonkey. Let him vanish like a monkey and a ninja at the same time, and we'll send him off. For you guys who want to stay and play Gartic Phone, we'll play our Gartic Phone for one round. And then we'll call it a stream. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of people.
And before I go, if you are around the next 4.5 hours, anybody that's watching,
True.
stick around and come on and say hello and actually say, hey, I was in Lito's live stream.
There you go. There you go. Guys, can we have one of the mods drop NinjaMonkey's channel right now in the chat so that make sure you can check him out at his... Is that one scheduled or unscheduled?
No, it's not scheduled. It's going to be
Okay.
unscheduled. I think I'm just going to make it go live in about 4.5 hours time.
Okay.
4, 5. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, guys, if you guys are up around then and want to see some awesome content, go and support this guy, NinjaMonkey, and poof, you'll have a great time with him. the
Wait,
Team
I
Phone.
can't.
I know it's opposite. We got to do the ET phone home view. There you go.
See you.
Okay.
Nice meeting you, by the way. It's been great. Thank
Same.
you to everybody who's been in the chat, people that have come over from my channel to support me and to support Lito. It means a lot. And I'll see you soon. Have a great day. And before I end and before I leave, I want to really pay my respects to the family of Abe and the whole of Japan who have actually lost somebody through violence. And there's, like I said in my last update, there is no place for violence regardless of your views. So yeah, take care everyone, stay positive but COVID negative. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much, NinjaMonkey. Whoa. Awesome. Guys, how amazing was Nathan, NinjaMonkey? We got so much love in this YouTube community. Thank you so much, guys, for being here and being a part of it. I see Fit coming in for the win at the end. Hello, y'all. Did you just drop in? Thank you for being here. Been lurking. Finally, you can talk. Okay. Cheers. Well, guys, there is a little bit of the after party Gartic Phone. If you guys want to stick around for that, that's totally cool. We're gonna do one round there. But if you need to go, you need to go. Thank you, all of you, for being here. It's been amazing. Also, do check out NinjaMonkey on his channel. And yes, Ravisha dropped his link. He's going to be going on in 4.5 hours. So do be around for that if you're around. Yes. Put it in block, not just hide or remove. Block and report it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the bot. Excellent. Nice. Good. Hey, HT, how you doing? Hey, Lito, sorry, caught your live stream a bit late. No worries. You guys are still here. We're gonna wrap up after the Gartic Phone. No to Coke Zero. She's saying, did he say he just say Coke Zero? Yes, I think he was Team Coke Zero there. Great, and JJ, I'm glad you loved the collab. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, guys, so we're gonna move over to Gartic Phone. Let me share my screen here for ya. I already got it going. We're gonna get some Star Wars lo-fi going in the background. Hopefully you guys can hear a wee bit of that. Again, I'm so happy to have Nathan on, you know, supporting the channel and just being a great guest. Okay, guys, so if you guys want to play Gartic Phone with us, I'm going to show you the invite, and I'll put that in the YouTube chat here. Just give me 1 second. Let's go to the chat, and I'll put it in here right now. Okay, if you guys want to get in Gartic Phone, you can play on your computer or your tablet. Best is actually on a touchscreen. The touchscreen is easier than a mouse, but you guys can go to that link, put in your name, and we're gonna have a few players in. Let's get the players in. Let's try to start up about a minute later. Hey, Felipe, that was from an older stream. And this is a super simple game. You write a sentence, and then you send that sentence to the next person. Then you have to draw a picture. You send that picture to the next person. Then you have to write a sentence, and you rinse and repeat, and then you get this funny kind of history of it. Japan, Japan, Ichiban. Thank you for joining in on the Gartic Phone madness. It's a lot of fun, and I want to pump up the player count. Let's go. Wow, guys, this has been a lot of people here, so I'm kind of looking forward to this version of it with so many people. We're just gonna do the normal version. Just like how I explained. You guys can see how it works when I first do it, and then later, later I will show you what looks. I won't show everything. I mean, not everybody wants to play; they might just want to watch. But when you are drawing, please look at your own screens. Try not to look at mine, so you don't get spoiled for anything. Let me go back to the chat a wee bit here. Let me just bring the chat back real quick. I put the chat in a separate window here, so. Oops, there we are. Just move you guys over here. Bam. All right, you guys can see that. So I can pull up your chats. But yeah, I will be experimenting with a scrolling chat in the future. Yeah, I see Fit saying his voice is so calm. Yeah, he's got a great voice. Yeah, and I was so glad to kind of meet him. We connected on many levels. We're both like into the same type of technology, as well as being having a passion for Japan. So that's really cool. Yeah. You thought you were hidden for a second. No, you're still here. I see. You're all good. You're all good. Dang, you finally saw me. No worries. Not eating people though, eating food. What are we talking about? JJ's like, I'm eating people. Won't be joining in. Okay, no worries. Got it. Alan, thank you for being here. It was great having you here. But Alan is JJI, right? Japan Ichiban. I think you're gonna play for a while. We'll join another stream in the future. Okay, no worries, no worries. Whether you're here or not, it's all good. Thank you for being here. You've been great. If you're still playing Gartic Phone with us, even better, even better. Yeah. Are you guys liking the Star Wars beats in the background? Hopefully it's not too loud for you. Let me know. Yeah, but I'll be emceeing this Lito style solo for this one. All right, you're gonna stick around for Gartic Phone. Awesome, awesome. Do it, man. Do it. Okay, we've got 5 players in the house. Let's see if we can get a few more. Icy is asking me, when are you coming to Tokyo again? Sometime. It could be sooner than later. I might be getting another job that's getting me out there. Hopefully at the end of August or beginning of September. It's not confirmed yet, but I will let you know for sure. And it would be awesome if we can hang out again there. I don't know if Chicken can come out this time, if she can get the time off, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I will keep you in the loop. All right, we got 5 players. Let's close the gates in 20 seconds. Yo. Yeah, how fun was that? It was a great conversation. I think we did a nice little homage to Abe. And also got to, talk about Japan, talk about the next couple of weeks, like Nathan was saying, and yeah, got to know him a bit. It was great fun. Oh, I just heard something. I heard something knocking on the roof. Weird. I don't know what that is. I see saying everything is good to go now. Awesome. All right, guys, we're gonna close this up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So people who are playing, it was really selfish, man. I loved it. No worries. People who are playing, look at your own screens. You can watch a little bit of this right now to see where it goes. All right. So you need to write a sentence. Everybody who's not involved, you can look at my screen and see what's going on. The example here is patriotic owl on a safari. Okay, so I'm gonna type something. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that was my sentence. JD is not playing. That's right. He's eating people. No, he's not eating people. He's eating food. Fuyo, what type of food are you eating there, JJ? Guys, by the way, I do voices. I'm a voice actor as well, and so I often do an Uncle Roger voice. So don't hate me. That's what I do. Okay, so this is the one I get. I'm not gonna read it out. You guys who are playing, don't look at my screen. Look at your screen, and I have to draw what this looks like. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, got it. You can use all the tools available to you, and well, we'll go freestyle here. Oh shoot, it's hard. The notorious tool is the fill tool. That's a really hard one to use because you'll forget to turn it on and off and stuff. And it's hard to do on a mouse. I'll do my best. Oh. Oh no! Oh, I just no. I didn't want to ruin the whole thing. I'll go back. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Let's see if I can get this right. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be hard. And there is a countdown timer, so have to kind of use your time wisely. Okay, this is where the, what do you call it, the fill-in tool comes in handy. Like a bantha. Okay, I'll get back to the chat in a wee bit here. Alright, let's use the fill-in tool now. Oh no! Okay, see, that's what I was talking about. Oh no, time. Snap. Oh no! I guess it's gonna be that color. I don't know. Let's go. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Let's go. Oh! Okay, done. Let's call it done, son. Let's go. You'll replay this again later. No worries, I see. Mini spicy chicken burgers. Okay, so the next thing you do is you look at the what they drew and then you describe it. What is that? What is that? Oh my. There you go. I don't know what that is. Very good. Thank you for the lurk, Icy. I appreciate it. Alright. Okay. Oh my gosh, are you serious? It's tough. Okay. Let's go. I'm down. Let's go. Oh man, this is hard. Usually I have a few guests on here with me, but but this is the first time for me like guesting this solo. I mean, doing Gartic Phone and commenting on it solo, but it should be all good. Should be fun. Maybe I should have filled this in earlier. Okay, it's good enough, I guess. Oh, this is hard. It's hard. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna translate. Oh well.
This resistance.
Okay, I'm done. Woo, it's hard. Yep, the Gartic Phone is calling, chiming you in. Alright, let me know if this is your first time playing or watching Gartic Phone. I think you guys will have a fun time with it. I was hoping for a few more people, but it's all good. 5 is still a good number. Oh my gosh, what is this? I don't know what that is. I think that's it. I'm not sure. Oh no, I gotta edit. Okay. There we go. There we go. I think I saw Ario playing. This is gonna be awesome. I want to see Ario's drawings. I'm interested to see what everybody else is drawing too. Alright, alright. Okay, so we got me, Daniel Carhunen, Japan Ichiban, Ravisha, and Ario Gono. Let's go with the flow. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna MC this for you. NinjaMonkey drinking a Coke Zero while going to Japan. Daniel Carhunen writes. Oh, that's pretty good with the Gambare. Nice. NinjaMonkey livestream. Yes, very good. JJ, I got it. Ravisha's. Nice. I like that. Oh, very cute. That's very cute of that. It almost looks like the ninja is like a monkey. Japanese dog YouTuber. Great one. I'm gonna download that one. I will send that to NinjaMonkey and his community. Your drawing is super bad. It's all good, Ario. No, that's great. I'm looking forward to it. Here we go. Oh, I love the Star Wars vibes in the background. Lito live streaming drunk. It has been known to happen, Daniel, actually. The chat. Nice. I like that. Thanks, JJI. This is nice representation. Lito burp while reading the chat. Have I done that? I probably have. Ah, okay. I got that. And then I wrote, Mike Tyson drinking blue milk. Nice. That's what it morphed into. Okay, I'm gonna download that one as well. I gotta put these on some community posts, guys. What do you think? Okay. We got Alan's album, Climbing Tokyo Tower with Skis on. I thought this was hard. Ah, nice one. Nice one, Ravisha. Ravisha, great. Audio is at a loss of words. I guess he didn't write something in time. And I got the same. So, Climbing Tokyo Tower with Skis on. Daniel Carney saying, going to the top. That's right, baby. That's where we're going. We're going to the top. Nice. Okay. We got Ravisha's album. A flying tent. Okay. Ooh. Yes. I love the drawing, though. Oh, I thought that was water. Okay. The Pyramid of Giza being escorted to Valhalla. That's me writing that. Oh, the Rainbow Bridge. I just saw Thor, so that's amazing. Great. No worries, Ravisha. No worries. You're doing great. Rainbow Pyramid cake. Yes. We just had some layer cake from, what is his name? Amanda Moore. She's a friend of Totally Drew, and we ordered birthday cake for Chica, and we had this beautiful Mifuyu rainbow cake. So that kind of reminded me of that. We just finished it off today. I know it's been like 6 months or so in the freezer, but it was still good. Drunk Kumamon in a shrine. Yeah, that was my attempt at that. Didn't get the alcohol in. Down gate jumping. Nice. Oh, nice. Whee! I like it. I like it. I think I've done that on a snowboard actually. Jumping off the fence. Whee! See, you got it. JJ's chiming in with nice drawing skills, folks. Yeah, Ario, you passed the Tokyo Tower task. No worries, no worries. Still won't hire you guys as designers. That's hilarious. Okay, we're gonna go back to Ario's one. So I'm able to download these as albums. This is great. I will have to share these on the community. JJ I is saying, nice drawing, guys. Haha. Isn't that fun? Isn't this a lot of fun? So that's what I mean, right? Like when you get more people, it gets even more crazy. Okay, guys. I think that's a good place to kind of end the stream. Whoop. Just keep it, kind of leave that kind of chilling in the background. But guys, I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. It really means a lot to me having you guys here, having the guests on, and having you all interacting so much. This unprecedented thing that happened, and I hope we did it justice by giving a kind of, you know, an homage to what happened without being too overt about it and putting our things. Audio's like, yeah, we need Luke playing. Definitely. Found Japan. Yeah, awesome stream today. Thank you for being here, Will. Good to see you, and I hope to see you soon. I know you might be heading out to America pretty soon, but yeah. JJ's like, what is he saying? You need a community post with the best of the best drawings. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll do something. I'll maybe share a few of the best on each one. Yes. Audio saying later, Lito Bunch. Or is it Cruzadors? Yeah. I'm trying to, you know, get with those like end phrases and branding names and Cruzadors. I think we got to do the Cruzador thing. I don't know. We'll keep on it. Yeah. Thank you for reviving that in my mind, Ario. Ravisha saying thank you for the nice live stream. Good night, bye. Japan Ichiban. Thank you for staying for Gartic Phone, guys. We're gonna be going on the outro soon. We're gonna dance it out. So if you haven't seen it yet, you know, stay around for that, and we're gonna dance this out together. Icy Foot, good job. Thank you. Daniel Carhunen, sorry. Thanks, Lito. You're very welcome, guys. The Lito Cruzadors. JJ saying the Lito Cruzadors. Nice, has a nice ring to it. Yeah. Cruzadors and Cruzadettes. Guys, let's go to the outro in 3, 2, 1. Sorry guys, that probably killed your ears there. My bad.
Gonna get in my way, won't hesitate. I feel it in my bones. Oh, we gotta get it. Let's go. Oh. Come on. Let's go. Oh. Come on. Let's go. Shaking off all the doubt. Maybe I don't know, but baby I'll figure it out. Just gonna shout, done with feeling low. Oh, I'm flying higher now. You know I'm ready. You know I'm ready now. You know I'm ready. You know I'm ready. Let's go.